Baby hagfish.
I know. Why is it swimming like that? Did not seem very efficient.
It's just a baby, still learning.
It's just learning.
So Tom, when you guys are analyzing these transects, do you just look for a few species in particular, or are you trying to kind of categorize and classify every organism you see in the screen?
So generally what we do is we count all the fishes, corals, and sponges that are 10 centimeters or greater in either, well, fishes it's length, but in the corals and sponges, if they're either 10 centimeters tall or 10 centimeters wide, or both, then we count all of those. So basically, you know, like the coral to the right of the sponges, or the other sea pens, like this one coming up on the left now, would be close to 10 centimeters. So if you round it, you could call it 10 centimeters, because we do everything in 5 centimeter bins.
Okay.
So we might count things down to 8 centimeters, but generally that's all we do. And then sometimes we do projects where we count all the urchins, or we count all the crabs, or we do things. But those are the 3 main things that we count on every one.
Raj. Interesting.
And then it all goes into 2 giant databases. We have one for Southern California and one for basically Central and Northern California. And Di manages those, so she's the database manager. That's why sometimes she says, I'm used to looking at the codes and not the fish, because she's always working with the numbers and the names that we have for the codes. So then you can take all the data, and everything is time stamped to the second, so you can geolocate all of the critters on the bottom using the nav data. And so you can plot out where they all are. You can look at associations of animals, because you'll know that on this second, we try to count it right when they go past the lasers. So that way it's consistent through time. So then you can say that if the lasers traveled 14 meters, then those 2 organisms were 14 meters apart on those seconds, type thing. So it's not exact, but it's pretty close, because, you know, how far do you really go in a second? You might go half a meter if you're speeding. So
I didn't realize
within
you
a
were
half a
counting
meter.
Like line scanning
Yeah.
with the laser. That makes it more
Yeah.
digestible.
Yeah, so like right now with these 3, there'd be 1,
2,
and then 2.
3.
But then,
4.
but I'm saying and then 1. So you'd only count when it goes past the lasers is when you count them.
Oh yeah.
So then it's like you just count separately, and then this knocked over sea pen is also counted. So that's the one problem that we were talking to Dan earlier about the dead heterocon, or the dead Pharea. It's like we might have to use that as a habitat instead of a dead organism, because there's no way that we're going to be able to tell how many were there or anything, because they're all lumped together now because they're dead.
Right. Interesting.
So I think we'll have to do it as a habitat.
I see. And then it's like a % coverage type deal instead?
Yeah, so we use a 2-code habitat, which it's kind of been used. Different people do it slightly different, but it's basically the first one is whatever is covering 50% or more of the seafloor. So in this case, it would be mud. And then the second one is what is 20 or 25% of the remaining 50%. So it's like what's above half. And in this case, it would be mud, because that's all you have right here.
Right.
And then you take that, and we do it in what we call habitat patches. So like right now, from the beginning, it would have been mud, and probably till the end of this transect would be mud. But the most, let's see what it is. So you can't change habitat patches unless it lasts at least 5 seconds. So like that way, if there's a lone rock, it doesn't really get counted as a habitat patch because it's just a lone rock.
I see.
But if there's 20% of something that lasts for 5 seconds, then it'll be counted as maybe it's a mud and a boulder, or mud and bedrock
Right.
type thing. And so then you take all that and you can use the habitat, the species, the distance, the size. We count color. We count the condition if things are alive or dead, or then there's a 50% alive or dead category. And so we take a lot of ancillary data that goes into every count. So there's a lot going on instead of just actually counting, because you try to get sizes, you try to get all these other information. And hopefully, then when you put that into big models, you'll get something out of it. Like this heterocony right here, that would be a condition 1 because it's like half dead.
Right. Interesting.
So, yep.
That makes a lot more sense to me now.
Yeah.
Make good deaf poetry for Marley. Mud, mud. Sand, mud.
Mud haiku.
Mud.
Well, the habitat, the people who do the habitat are going to be happy when they get to these, because you basically just fast forward through it.
Oh, and we
And you
can
say,
call
oh,
right now. We're at 200.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
And then, they're done. But sometimes the worst one to me is when you have boulders and cobbles. And cobbles are rocks between 10 and 25 centimeters, and boulders are 25 or greater.
Oh, God.
And trying to get the percentage going back and forth. So this one's boulder cobble, and this one's cobble boulder, and this one's boulder cobble, and this one's cobble boulder. So
Poor Tom.
some of them, yeah, some of them you just kind of say, yeah, that's boulder cobble, cobble boulder, and we're just going to call it boulder cobble for a while because it's really just switching back and forth, and it doesn't really matter that much. But if you look at it, you can see if it really changes like to 70% boulder and slightly cobble, or 70% cobble and slightly boulder type thing. So, but when it's like almost 50-50, it gets really tough.
Boulder, cobble, cobble, boulder. That sounds like code names.
Yeah.
Or what turkeys say.
Yes, it's our Thanksgiving code. Cobble, cobble.
Cobble, cobble.
Yeah, different groups do the habitat differently. That's one of the things that's not as standard on the coast. But they usually use the same classifications, it's just how they categorize them. Like some will do a screenshot and take the points, and they'll have like 5 random points or whatever they land on, and they'll use those as the what they use to average type thing.
Interesting.
But for ROVs, it doesn't matter because you're going forward. So whatever passes as you're going forward is what it is. You can do 5 random points now. That's really more for when you're doing like individual images. Because the next second it's going to change for the ROV. Whereas most images aren't on a second, they're on like 7-8 second basis. So they don't overlap.
That's curious, yeah.
It's hard for profiling systems because it's like sometimes you have overlap, sometimes you don't. Do you average? Do you parse it out? Sometimes it's hard for me.
Yeah, I mean, Eric can talk more about the AUV, but that's what they do in a sense, because they have, I think it's every 7.5 seconds they take an image to try to avoid the overlap. They figured out at the speed they go, the pictures that they take will then be basically abutting each other and not overlapping.
Nice. But then you don't have the ability to do any like kind of stereotype matching. I guess you know exactly where it sits.
They have stereo cameras. There's something shiny coming straight forward. What's the shiny thing?
Shiny?
I think it's a can
to
the right.
Under the sponge.
Next to the sponge, yeah, there's something shiny.
Oh, yeah,
The
looks
beer
like I can. Yeah. Marley, you do a snap zoom? Yeah, that's good.
Marine debris.
Yeah. Refreshing.
That's the first one I've seen right now, though.
Diet Shasta. Come on, Marley.
So this is more the Ferrera. Ooh.
It does look like it. And a feather boa. There's a real one.
Totally exposed. Yeah, the backscatter is going to change in about 50 to 100 meters. So maybe something will happen. We're still going 0.5 knots, but we can slow down whenever.
Roger that.
Yeah, we're good for right now.
Yeah.
And what we got, about 300 meters to the next spot?
To ED, it's still, yeah, it's like 350 meters.
Huh. That was a good guess then.
Yeah, pretty good. Especially because I zoom in and out. It's like when one
Well, yeah. I was using your 50 to 100 meters for the change, so I was just kind of eyeballing that, and I sort of cheated, so I'll admit it.
Yeah, I don't think that's cheating.
It's using all available data. That's it.
You're basically a navigator. Navigesser.
You know, I have to admit, working with you guys has been really good because you guys have been, I don't know, on it for this kind of stuff. You know, I don't really have to look at the navigation as much. You guys are doing great on that, and I appreciate that. So
Thanks, Tom.
I like this team. We're working together well.
We appreciate you
Yeah,
as
we
well,
love you,
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah, definitely. It's been fun for us.
Well, thank you. Yep. This is actually, it's almost like I'm out there because we just have the banter back and forth and still get the science done and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome. I will try to bug you next cruise that you go on.
Yeah,
But I think it's just Jess is staying on.
Yeah, keep Jess company for us. We're all leaving her. Bye, Jess.
Sorry, Jess.
Who knows what science? I'm sure we'll tell her to do that. Actually, you have
That's right.
people on the ship for that, like Lisa Levin is coming.
Yeah, they'll be coming out.
Onward.
Yeah, but I can still be in the chat, so I can still say something nice and easy to do.
Roger that. Yeah.
But not too easy.
Yeah, not too easy.
We're going to make sure that we have data loggers to relay the message now. See?
Well, they will. If you put tell Jess, I would know that.
Instruct him to read out anything Tom says.
Mission critical.
You know, that's not the best thing to read out anything Tom says, but you might want to have them just kind of read it first and decide to go out.
Dangerous game.
Maybe off
Don't
SPL
give me
sometimes.
Gotta start reading the signs.
Paraphrase.
Don't worry about the signs.
Paraphrase what Tom
Don't
says.
worry about it.
We're not gossiping about you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Marley, zoom in there. Like some down.
Kelp?
That looks like line to me.
No.
That's okay. I think it's all right.
Again.
Come a little wide there, Marley, please. Yeah, I think it's all just down there, though.
Almost looks like cable.
Yeah, shiny.
And it looks like that's that degraded Ferrea right there, too, that it's in.
Yeah.
Better not have been the cause.
That cable did it all.
Mass style. It is a little disheartening not to see a live Ferrera reef like that or that habitat.
Yeah, that would have been so cool to see.
Yeah.
Also looks man-made, doesn't it? Riley, you want to zoom in there, please? That's good. Not sure what that is. Like metal.
Uncrusted.
All right, come on, Riley.
If it's a cannon, there might be doubloons.
Doubloons, I want doubloons.
Chris Caldo was talking last night about all of the many shipwrecks that are in the sanctuary.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Does he have a location for those? Like, are they close to us?
Should
or
we just like quickly jet over to one?
just
curious.
Abandoned dive plan.
I know that
Shipwreck?
Oh, there's a rockfish.
we've worked on 2 of them with the AUB. We worked on an airplane crash, and we worked on a shipwreck of, I believe it was an oil tanker, a small, older oil tanker,
Oh, wow.
to try to make photo mosaics of those. And we got a really great one of the airplane, but the currents were not cooperating around the other one.
Yeah, I guess you have a lot of variables about how much success you can have with the AUV. If it's not powerful or doesn't have the endurance to go through that stuff.
Right. You've got to choose the size of your mosaic, and it definitely does not fight currents very well.
Can you have any on-the-fly mission updates with acoustic communications, or it's like you pre-program it and drop it in?
We pre-program it and drop it in, and we can call it back, call the mission off, and we can what we call teleport it a little bit, like if it's off.
Oh, you translate it?
Off where we want it from after traveling down through the water column. You know, if it drifts somewhere, we can kind of drive it back to what we want the start point to be. But then it runs the program. So
that's cool. But you do have those like kind of important communications to relay with the.
Yes, we are able to talk to it. And I mean, it's not a fast process by any means, but it is possible.
You do it 20 times and the one time it receives it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe we've switched habitats now.
Yeah, for sure. We're just on the backscatters holding up. We can slow down a little. We've been going 0.5, so if you want to.
I think we're doing good so far.
Cool.
Unless we see something that we want to sample.
Yeah.
I know Daniel would like to get a grab scoop, at some point. But he was suggesting that if we stopped for a sponge sample, we'd get like a twofer. So we'll look to see what to sample.
So we're going to find some good stuff to sample, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Or with a lot of sponges.
So we're looking for the light bulb sponge again, and some of the platey ones, like the flattened salad bowls.
Right.
Gotcha.
And the light bulb was one that looked tubey and not light bulby.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, just checking.
We already
have
had a tube
other
sponge.
ones we call tubes, yeah.
Oh.
Too many tube sponges.
Trying to see how far we are away from where we collected that last one, from the last time.
Is that the pizza?
That would be Abby
Oh
calling
my
for a
gosh.
sample request.
You can hear that? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Cat ears, cat eyes, cat ears, I think is
It's part cat.
Well, my cat's sitting next to me, so maybe that was what it was.
No, that was
Alright.
my house phone ringing behind a closed door and in another part of the house.
There's no privacy in 2020 anymore.
Apparently not.
We have
My
heard
goodness.
literally everything from the shoreside team over the past few weeks. One
Um,
person's
I
phone
bet.
was like so loud. Oh my goodness, it was so annoying. Sorry, it drove me crazy. We're working so hard to get decent audio, and then it was like, bring. Anyways.
Oh, here we go. Another one.
yeah.
You called these
Yeah, I love the one where
little habitats herms. That's what you said?
bioherms, yeah.
Bioherm. That's a good word.
But this one looks, well, it looks similar, but I was going to say that maybe there's more heterocony in this one because that's everything that's growing out here. And it looks like there's some dead heterocony in it.
It's a big one right above us. Looks like mounding on top of each other. I don't know if there's just how the rocks are below it.
So we're up, we're probably 100 meters up from where we saw the first one that had happened. I think that was in the 600 meter range. 6 something.
Yeah, I can check.
But it just,
630.
if it's so if it's a basin wide, that's still
Do you know where
70 meter difference.
Reg. Yep.
So is the ship still moving, or are we paused for a second?
We're moving, but we can pause. I mean, at this depth, there's not much of a delay. We were just checking because their speed came down a little.
Is that the light ball sponge to the left?
Could we look at that? That could be.
Yeah, I'm going to just hold.
Actually, I'll need some more tether there, Ben.
You can come back.
Yeah, you'll actually want to go forward on that. Is it this one here?
The lower left, I think.
Lower left.
Yeah,
Other
try the
left.
lower left one.
Sorry. It's going to be a little
I believe
bouncy,
that
guys.
is.
Marley, you want to push in there a bit, please? It's going to be quite bouncy since I'm at the end.
The light bulb's underneath.
Going to come a little wide, Marley? Roger that.
I'll mark where we are just in case.
Is that like the bottom of the screen right now?
Yeah.
Mary, you want to do the teleprompter thing?
It is not working right now.
Oh, Raj.
So, or else I would, but
Are they looking at that? The light bulb is.
that lower
Yeah,
left.
Yeah, so it's right
the
behind.
very
Down,
white
down.
one.
You see, it's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That looks just like a light bulb.
This one here, center screen now?
Like an IKEA lamp.
Correct.
All right. Go ahead, Marley. Good eye, Mary.
Woohoo.
All right, come on, Marley.
So if we don't want to destroy this one, there's one below it. Next to the heterocony, there's some more little pieces,
Sure.
Yes.
and we could
You
take
wanna-
that one.
Chunk of this, Abby?
Let's see. Oh, I really want to land on spongy.
565 meters. Is different morphology good or not good?
All right,
And
Marley, go
Daniel,
ahead and
would you
push in
like
on
a
this.
scoop here?
This will be a neat one.
Oh, with little squall lobsters.
Sorry guys, we're coming for you. Okay, can
Roger
we
that,
sample
Daniel.
this?
So if we
Sample
could
stream?
sample this, and then if there's something scoopable around here for Daniel.
Okay, looking in Argus view, there might be some sediment behind us a little bit.
Roger that.
Raj. I'm thinking slurp. What are you guys thinking? Or I can get a bushel of it.
Slurp's fine for me. Abby, is that okay? Yep, sounds good to her.
That's a good point. Do you guys know if this is a soft sponge or is it relatively stiff?
It should be pretty hard, I think.
Oh, hard. Well, that might change it.
Well, if it's like the other light bulb, it's leathery.
So probably better a grab than hay.
Yeah, you could
I
try a
would
grab.
try it. Yeah,
We still have
poke
plenty
it
of
for
bio
science.
boxes.
Roger that. Grip force 4. Marley, want you push on in there a bit, please? Might need to calibrate my wrist again. Roger, thank you. Stand by one. I'm just going to calibrate out the roll in the wrist real quick.
Roger that.
All right. It's a bit better. Sorry, I'm just going to see what this feels like here real quick so I know how to... Okay.
And I'd like a piece from under the sediment, please. No. You're talking about getting blind ones, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's attached here.
Looks like it's attached to the Ferreira stuff.
It's a multi-purpose sample.
There we go.
All right.
Nice one, Jess.
Abby likes it.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of... Ooh. All right. We'll get most of it. Marley, full wide, please. Maybe it's a little bit more friable. Well, we have plenty of candidates here if we need more. Oh, wow,
If
yeah.
it's crumbly, we can go for a forward one if that's easier.
Yeah, maybe. That seems like that will be good. Very crumbly. Well, we can get you guys 2 handfolds if you'd like. Otherwise,
Well, we can start with one and we'll see what happens. If you can keep all that.
roger that. Marley, go ahead, or Kim, go ahead and pop out the toolbox there, please. Thank you.
I wonder if it's crumbly or if it's just attached to that crumbly dead sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking, there could be dead of this sponge too when we zoomed in on it. So it could be breaking at the dead points.
I see.
Yeah. Interesting.
But that big tufted, that big ball of sponge over there is the same species?
Yes,
Okay.
assumedly.
Looks the same.
That it does.
Thanks, Kim.
Mary, what sample number is this?
Is 138.
And Abby, is that enough for you? And Abby says that's good, so we don't have to get any more.
Roger that.
But she would like to get a zoom in on the heterocony that was right next to the sample.
Rog.
And then
All right, Marley, go
we
ahead.
need to find a place to take a sample, a scoop for Daniel.
Yeah, you do. Awesome.
So that's growing horizontal and then goes vertical.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
And could we, when we're done, zoom in a little bit more on the stuff we just sampled? Because I want to see if it looks like there's dead of it in there too. I'm just wondering if it's dying too, like the other ones were.
Yeah, it looks like connected to, like the bottom left of it, the bottom of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was looking like, because it looks like it's starting to change color as it goes down, and then there's no live stuff under that.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, going up too.
Yeah. Marley, want to come a little wide and I'll stand up.
All right.
Maybe that Ferrea stuff was more of a matrix than we thought.
Yeah. Might be a lot of things that are interwoven in there.
Yeah.
Do you want a picture of the live guy here? Or Marley, you want to come forward?
Sure, we can zoom in on the live one.
Better picture than probably before. Good, Marley.
So you can see how they're all little tubes.
Did we say this was a light bulb?
Yeah, it's fluorescent lights.
I would say this is a chandelier. Definitely a chandelier.
Very modern.
Yes.
I feel like sponges look like modern art.
Yeah.
It's a shrimp or something in one of them. It's all pink.
Oh. All right, so we'll go get a scoop now.
Sounds like a plan.
Roger that. All right, Marley, full wide, please.
So Abby wants to know how it got the name light bulb, and I have no clue. One of the people at Mbari, when we first started doing this, Mbari calls it the light bulb sponge, and he didn't explain why.
Can we
My
rename
one
it
guess-
chandelier, like Marley suggests?
We could. Remember, we can name it anything we want.
We can do
so-
whatever we want.
Maybe they named it that just to throw you guys off the trail.
We make our own
Well, the one
rules.
thing, when we've seen it before, it's like this big clump right here, and since it's bright white, when you see it from far away, it kind of sticks out
I could see that.
as a white round thing. When you zoom in, it's not, but from farther away, it's a white round. I'm just, guessing. Telling tall tales is what I do. Or round tails. So we could try to get a scoop behind. I think you said you saw something, Jess, when you were coming in?
Yeah, we're just getting
Or
visuals on it now.
somebody saw it. Okay.
I
Roger
see an
that.
Argus view.
Means I have to change a view here.
Oh. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere around here, Tom?
I believe so.
Okay. Do you want a little bit coarser or just a little bit finer sediment? Looks like there's a little bit of shell hash here.
Danny, you want the shell hash? You want it finer? He says coarse. So go for the coarse stuff.
Reg. Maybe this stuff here.
Isn't it nice, Danny? You can just sit there and type, I want this. And they do it. It's kind of fun.
Somewhere around here, good? Maybe above the rockfish?
Sure.
Roger that.
He said a full scoop digging deep should be fine.
Reg. You can like above the rockfish there. Or maybe there, below those clams.
Wherever you think you can get it in.
Yeah.
No pressure.
What was that, Tom?
Nothing.
Huh. All right. Well, I see how this goes.
Complete fate.
You wouldn't want to see me try, so. We'd spend the whole dive and I'd probably have it upside down.
The vehicle? That's very difficult.
Well, that's how good I am. I can flip it. We can do loop-de-loops.
Betray all the laws of buoyancy.
Just got to get going fast enough.
All right, Kim. Awesome, thank you. Come here. Yeah. All right. No, definitely. A little less elegant than I wanted. Let's see
You looked great.
here. Yeah. Let's try one more time. All right, let's try a different place. Riley, you want to push in a bit there, please? That's great. Thank you. Excuse me. It's going to be a really weird pick, and then we'll try to set it up if I can. All right, round 3. A little wide there, Riley, please. And prop it up against the bumper somehow.
Definitely is not weighted in a way to help you out.
Yeah, thank you. I think with these 2 shots, we got it in the bag. Maybe.
It's a good pun, though.
Got it in the bucket.
Got it.
It's like I'm up on the slurp there. A little more. Just on the fingers there, hey? All right. Yeah, I'm on the fingers there. All right, thought number 4.
Tom must have done something to the scoop.
Yeah, this is being a little unmanageable here.
Was secretly the hardest sample of all.
Negative, no such thing.
No.
Shh, don't tell her I did anything to it.
All right, reducing tension here. It looks like this is stable. So just nobody breathe. Marley, you want to push
Wow,
in there a
my
bit,
breath.
please? That's great. Oh yeah, okay.
Nice
That's
job.
what we want.
Woohoo!
Marley, you want to come a little wide there, please? So our rock press reference is gone. How about up here for the scoop? There's this area here. There's this area here. Either of those look very appealing to you guys?
Any one of them that you can get in.
Roger that. Go ahead, Marley, and push on in there, please. That's wonderful.
Get some crab in there.
Yeah. All right. Going in for number 1. Ooh. Looks like it's a little bit pretty rocky under there. Do you mind if these larger rocks come with us? Is that all right? These two here?
I think so. If not, Daniel will tell me.
Roger.
He said rocks are okay.
Rocks okay, Raj.
So are doubloons.
You can get deeper for that.
Somehow don't think they'll make it off the ship into the collection boxes though.
Yeah, I'm only getting like a very small top layer. It's pretty rough underneath. If you want, we can also look for another spot with a little bit softer.
Daniel, do you want that?
Yeah, it looks like a thin layer of sediment you're filling.
Yeah. And also go up here a little bit.
Should she keep what she has and move, or do you want to just keep trying here, Daniel? Or a completely different spot? Keep what you have and move a little if there's something. Yeah, what about upslope there? Is there anything?
Yeah, definitely. Pull away there, Marley.
this is all the super high backscatter on this ridge around. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll find a patch.
Did you want anything over here?
Yeah, we can try it. He says plus or minus 10 meters, so we can try it right here, see what we get.
Roger. I'll just do a deep scoop here.
Ooh,
Way easier.
there we go.
That might even have doubloons in it.
Ooh, yeah, hopefully. My wrist is creeping again. There we go. Another scoop, or was that good?
He wanted a full bag, so it depends on how full you think it is.
We'll have a look.
3/4.
He's saying one more, please, if you could.
Roger. We'll wait for the smoke to clear. This wrist is really creeping now. I'm gonna calibrate the wrist again. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna do another calibration here real quick. All right, it's more stable. All right, one more scoop. Go somewhere we haven't gone before. How about here?
Perfect.
Huh. There's something hard under there. That is one full puppy.
That's what he wanted.
Just how Daniel likes.
Lots of stuff to go through. It's your last scoop on this cruise, so you got to make it a full one.
That's a sad point.
Well, you get to keep going for the next one, but
That is true.
Won't be the same though.
Yeah.
we could all just get on V-Link and talk to you.
That's true.
All at once. I'm sure that will make your job easier.
I'm going to go ahead and put the axe on that.
I'm sure video will be so thrilled.
All right, is that good for you guys there?
That looks good.
Roger that.
That looks good. It looks like a dust cloud.
Well,
Yeah,
That's
man,
why it
look
looks
at,
good.
check
the
out this
result of the
fizz.
goodness.
That's a perfect sample. Look at it, it's brown.
I can't see anything. It looks great.
Great. It's what we want, Marley.
We wanted the sediment.
Flock everywhere.
You're on to me now. I just say great for everything. Sorry.
We appreciate that.
Sometimes that's all
Great.
you need.
All right, Kim, go ahead.
So I actually have a question for you too about, I mean, it will be for the next watch, but this ED target, I don't know, because we have that EF2 and that EF2B. I can show you on just the bathy map.
Yeah, if you switch it back, I'm on my channel 3 is showing the other one. So
Yeah.
Tube cores, yeah.
Like we are right on this ridge that would lead us to EF2A directly upslope. And ED is a little, just a little farther, and it looks like a narrower, perhaps slightly steeper slope. So I don't know if it would be a good idea to just head to EF2A, because we're kind of on that feature right now, or to head to ED and then come towards back up on this narrower but perhaps steeper slope. Because just in the backscatter, it just looks appealing to go. Just to keep on this ridge we're on, but
how far away are they each?
yeah. So ED is just